I'm just collecting the last 2 pumpkins that we grew this year. It's the end of November and we've just had the first real frost of this coming winter season, and I thought it was high time to bring the last of these indoors, and it's high time that we made some pumpkin relish. So pop in the kitchen with me, see what we're up to today, and welcome to the Life's Good. Well, it's a lot warmer in here than it is outside. I think it got down to about -2, -3 Celsius last night. The 2 pumpkins I fetched in will now need to be cut open, the seeds and the fibrous inners removed, and the flesh removed from the skin and diced into chunks. I am not using these 2 pumpkins to make the relish today. The flesh of these we will dice and put in the freezer. We have previously harvested pumpkins, diced them and stored them in the freezer, and I have taken these out this morning, and it is this that I'm using today to make my relish. I will put a list of the ingredients needed for this recipe in the description box below the video. So take a look at that if you're interested in having a go at making your own pumpkin relish. Firstly, we're going to need to do a little bit of prep with some of the spices used. Now, I've got some dried chillies in here, the little red dried chillies. I'm going to take about half a dozen of these and put them into the pestle and mortar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's actually 7 there. I'm putting those in there. I'm going to take some black peppercorns, about a dozen thereabouts, black peppercorns, maybe a couple more. And I've also got, I don't know if you can see these very well, they're cardamom seeds. But you want to open them and take the seeds from the inside of the pods and put in here. And the way I do that is with a pair of scissors, and you just snip the pointy top off. I'll do it down here out of the way, but if you put the scissors here, you cut the pointy top off of that cardamom pod. It's quite tough. And then you get an exposed end and you can peel it apart with your nails. So you take it apart, and it's the black, see if I can show you this, it's very difficult, it's a bit fiddly, but it's the black inner, you can see that, it's the black inner seeds that you want from the cardamom pods, not the beigey green husk. So those go in there, and I've got about 8 of those here to prepare. So cardamom seeds, that's the inners, not the husk, peppercorns and chillies in here, give them a bit of a grind. Some are popping out. We'll put that back in. There we go. Until you get this sort of consistency. So they're all ground up there. What we need to do now is to turn on the pan and get the base of the pan hot. And just to show you, I've got this heavy stainless steel pan. It's got a very heavy bottom, which helps to distribute the heat better. So we're going to make that hot by turning on the heat. I'm not adding oil to this. It's just going to get hot, and I'm going to toast these ground spices on the bottom of the pan. The pan is quite warm on the bottom now, and I'm going to add the ground spices to that and toast them slightly on that hot base. And we now want to start adding the other ingredients. Obviously, pumpkin. I've got about 2 kilograms of pumpkin, and I'm going to try and get all of that in there. Still a little bit frozen, some of this. It's sticking together a little bit, but that won't take long to melt down. We also need to add the vinegar, and on this occasion we need about 500 milliliters of apple cider vinegar. This is a Spanish version, unfiltered, organic apple cider vinegar, and we're going to be putting all of that in here. We're actually going to be adding all of the ingredients apart from the sugar at this stage. I now have all of the ingredients in the pan, and I'm bringing this up to a simmer. So we have added originally the toasted spices, the pumpkin and the vinegar, and now includes the large onion chopped, a 1.5 inch root of ginger peeled and finely chopped, a half a dozen cloves of garlic peeled and finely chopped. I got about 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and I've added some black mustard seeds, although some recipes call for black onion seeds. It's entirely up to you. They do add flavour. They are also quite decorative within the structure of the chutney. So as we said, we're now going to bring this to a simmer and keep simmering it for about 30 minutes. This relish has been simmering for a good 30 to 40 minutes and has become quite soft and pulpy. And we now need to add the sugar. The type of sugar you add is entirely up to you, although an ordinary granulated household sugar is fine, or you can use a light brown or even a dark brown sugar. I am adding a combination of two. For 2 kilograms of pumpkin, I need 1 kilogram of sugar. And in here, I've got about a 50-50 mix of soft brown sugar and white granulated sugar, normal household. So both of these together I am adding to this mixture. Now, as you can see, this has become quite soft and pulpy. Those little black mustard seeds are showing up on here, which adds flavour and, as I said, is decorative. But now we need to add the sugar, and I'm just pouring this in gently, mixing in a bit. Pouring in the rest. This will start to thicken up a bit now. The sugars and all those juices and all the pulp of the flesh of the pumpkin, together with all the other ingredients, are now going to form that sort of sticky, almost jam-like consistency in here. That's all of the sugar added now. Give it a good mix, and we need to simmer this for another 45 minutes to an hour at least. Give it a good simmer, and a lot of the liquid will evaporate off. The sugars will melt and combine with all the other ingredients and juices. And we want this to reduce down to a nice sticky chutney stroke relish consistency. It's about an hour later, and as you can see, this now is quite a sticky, gloopy mixture with a few lumpy bits of pumpkin and the onion and all the other seeds. And it's now ready to be put into jars. I have a selection of jars that I have washed and cleansed in the dishwasher. This is a great way of preparing your jars prior to use. All that remains now is to transfer the chutney into these jars. And I have a stainless steel funnel that I use for my jam and chutneys. This is clean and sterile, and pop it on the top of the jars, and I just decant the chutney or the jam into the top and shake it down into each of these jars. So it's just a case now of using the funnel and decanting the chutney in. And if you find the lumps are a bit too big, break them down. They're all very soft. I do find that if you've got a couple of larger lumps, as well as all of the softer, gloopy chutney in a jar, it makes it a bit more interesting. There's one ready to go. I do the square ones first. It's just my way of doing things. Do them whichever way you like. But I wanted to make some pumpkin relish to give away as gifts this year. And just using the square ones first ensures that I've got some fancy jars of chutney to give to my friends and family. During the making of this video, I did have a little moment, and I have saved that as a little outtake. I may have a couple of outtakes actually at the end of the video, so watch to the end to see what actually went wrong during the making of this pumpkin relish video. Well, I'm going to carry on filling these jars. It's been nice having you here today. If it's your first time here, please hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Ring that bell button and you will be informed or notified, in fact, as and when I put future videos onto my channel. Pop back and have a look at some of my other videos, see what we were doing here a year ago, and it would be really lovely to see you again here in the Life's Good. So, whatever you're doing, you stay safe, you be happy, look after each other, come back and see us soon. And we look forward to seeing you again in the Life's Good. Bye-bye. The pan is now quite hot on the bottom. As I said, no oil, just a hot pan. And I'm going to add all of these ground spices to that. A little bit of smoke off of there. Give them a move. Not supposed to be that hot, AJ. That wasn't supposed to happen. Start again, mate.